It's been a while since I've been back to Middle Farm, and this time I get to work with quite a lot of my favourite people. We're working with a band called Our Chronicle. They flew all the way from America to come and do this with a lot of us. So I thought I'd bring my camera, try and grab as much material and footage as I could and provide a vibe of what it can be like to work in this space. So before this session, I'd already worked with Our Chronicle on their first EP, and it was really sick to get to introduce them to Middle Farm, which is one of the first studios I ever worked in. I think I actually learned how to tune drums in this studio, which is quite funny. So to be able to bring them back for their second record and do everything with people that I love in a space that I know is just really, really fun. So a typical day kind of looks like this. We get the kit set up. Look at that kit. So that's Malian's drum kit. Sounds amazing. No complaints there. And we get everything tuned, everything set up. We start zeroing out the desk. We check everything. We make sure that the snare is good. And in this case it is. We check some different tunings, some different gain staging. And then Pete comes in to make sure I've not ruined it. There's Pete. So this is Pete zeroing out the desk, getting everything ready. We'll have already checked what things sounded like before. Oh yeah, Nathan came along. Hello, Nath. This is Pete getting all the patches sorted. You can see that their outboard was already flashing. That was a cool moment too, yeah. Likely I'm talking to Pete about coffee at this point in time, more than anything else. But now the interesting part is we get to look at what we ran for the day. So it's been a while, but we've got two top mics on. Can't really remember what each one is, but that's my fault. One is a Neumann, the other one is not a Neumann. I think it's an SE Electronics thing. We've got standard 421s on toms and SM7B on hi-hats. Oh, we've got an RCA 44 as the close room mic, and then we've got a pair of Coles as the secondary room mics. That's a Ball and Biscuit. We slammed the living snot out of that. That was a room mono, and that's the 44. That turned into being a really important microphone actually during the mix down. Got some nice little spot mics, 414s. No reso this time. And then a 91 with a Vet Neumann on the out. So the distressors are handling all the kick mics. DBXs are handling all the snare mics. We've then got some API going off and the Neve compressor going off. I'm guessing the API is on the overheads and the Neve is on the room, if knowing me. But this is just in order to get some colour, some movement in on the mics on the way in. It doesn't make or break the process, but it certainly helps make sure that I don't have to do more than I want to when it comes to the mix down. There I am. Had to get a selfie in there somewhere. But the tracking went super smoothly. So what Mike is doing at the moment is he's sight reading. So what he's done is he's written all the tablature into sheet music so that whilst he's playing, he can just read whilst he goes along and not have to keep anything in his immediate memory and focus on performance. And then the sheet music allows him to remember what is being played at any moment in time. What's really clever about this system is it syncs to the computer that's in the control room, so every time I hit playback it snaps to the correct bar of tablature for him to look at. And if you look very careful, on the floor is one of my favourite snares in the world. Those of you that are in the know will know why. Those of you that aren't, whatever, there it is, it's on the stand. It's my favourite 13-inch snare ever, and I will bully Pete into selling it to me someday. I thought this would be some interesting footage for those of you that have not been in this environment before to see what the creative process can look like. This is some footage from the first day where we are checking all the different snare types and tunings against the track that was being tracked with Oliver from Our Chronicle.
Right, let's just go back to the 13 and I'll just refine that from here, and we'll just have to go, I guess, and check with the verse and then do it that way.
And what we're listening for here is not just what does the snare sound like, that I know that's really like what it feels like it should be, but it's also how does the shape and the drum head type and the tuning type change the perceived attack, the perceived volume in the room mics. Is the tuning well suited to the song? Is it sustaining in a way where the decay is well suited to the song as well? Is it stylistically, what does Oliver want the drum kit to feel like and sound like? Does he want an identity for the drums? Or does he want the drums to be playing more of an intense percussive role rather than a melodic role? There's quite a lot to decide. And this is why I just enjoy working on drums so much, because there's quite a lot of decisions to be made during the tracking phase that affect how the music can be, it affects how the music can be felt and enjoyed. A number of the songs have already been released. So what I'm doing now is I'm linking to the release singles up in the corner. I'll also put a link in the description so you can see how everything turned out in the end. But that's it. Honestly, I'm just going to leave you with some like vibey footage of what it looks like and how it feels and what working together looks like, with no more commentary, and that's just going to play out the video. So for those of you that have made it this far, thank you very much. And I'll catch you in the next one.
He does, actually.
Okay.
He's like that guy at my studio, yeah. He's got like 25 different things that he's collected that he uses as shakers on everything. He's also just an expert of like editing, denoising, and getting everything, pristine, I guess, post-recording. So, stuff that is not fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you're punching in those effects afterwards with like your buttons, or you...
That's on one take.
Oh, right.
I'm hitting the button.
Oh, he's literally hitting it while he's live.
And then an in-video thing comes in.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's like a performance in itself.
Yeah. But then it means I can just do all that live on Twitch.
Yeah.
It's just a continuous 2-hour reaction thing.
Been trying to do stuff like that, but with multicams and using Blackmagic's ATEM stuff, I'm so locked behind super source. And then by the time you've planned it all out, there's no energy left to do a stream.
Yeah.